Hey, Cancer Seeker. Happy birthday. Welcome to your season. Welcome to all the seekers who are joining. Whew. Let's begin. I'm working with the steampunk tarot. Let's begin with pre-Cancer season messages. Recent past or right now, depending on when you're watching this, which is Mercury in retrograde. Like, as we move into your season, Mercury goes direct. But before that, there's a little bit of a fun game happening in the life of people that you serve as passive influence. Your season, your energy is going to wash a lot of gunk off. Old belief systems, ways of thinking, communicating, alongside the eclipses and the retrograde, people are just they're switching. People are just switching and twitching, and you're just gonna be like, what is happening to everyone around me? Why is everyone being so weird? Why is everyone flipping? And then comes your season, as we go into the reading as well, time-wise. They're going to come to you, Cancer, new. And business as usual. Hey, what's up, Cancer? And you're like, who are you? What are you wearing? What happened to your hair? I can't, I'm great. Congratulations. No, you look great. I can't recognize you. It's not just appearance. It's just their entire, I don't know. And you're like, now here's the interesting part. It's not that you're completely exempt from this, because this is all happening in your 12th house. But it's almost like you're swimming through it. I feel like these are processes that have been going on in your life for a very long time. Mindset transformation, mindset changes, transformation, and maturing, changing, evolving. I feel like it has been like a process with you. And for many actually in your environment, it's going to be like seemingly sudden. So again, you're not exempt from the energies that other people are going through, but it's just you've been on it for a while, and it's been kind of cooking in your subconscious for a long time, and you've done the spiritual work, and you've done the meditations, and you've been on it, you might say. And for you, it's been more gradual, and that will allow you to kind of serve as a very soothing, calming effect on people in your life. So thank you for that. Thank you for bringing a lot of rejuvenation and flow into a very dramatic, intense, hectic time. Show me for Cancer, please. The Lovers. So you have been recently or are facing a choice. This could be a choice in love. This could be a choice in work. This is a crossroad. It's a fork, and it's a meaningful one. You feel like this is an important decision to make. I'm picking up on a make it or break it kind of thing, like something along the lines. It doesn't have to be that dramatic, but it's something like, do we get married or do we break up? Do we, I don't know, it could even be like between completely different career paths. I don't think it's possible for you right now to make the wrong decision. I think you really know deep down the answer. It's just things are like kind of coming to a head. And I'm seeing you facing a moment, an event, a position where you need to call it, right? Yay or nay. The Emperor. I'm seeing you making, assessments based on maturity. Like you know how to approach this. You're not letting irrelevant excuses to help you make this decision. You are observant of this situation in a very mature, clear, decisive manner. I think in a way you've already made your decision. Perhaps you're just still contemplating the detail, or what's the best approach to make when it comes to following through with this. Some of you are deciding to take leadership in something that is very, very important to you, that has been an influence in your life for a very long time. Some of you since childhood, and you're like, this is something that I just need to take a big leap forward with and not keep in the background anymore, and more so being in the front about this. 6 of Wands. You want to win. You want to win, Cancer. You want to succeed. You want to achieve. You want to be seen. You want to be recognized, and you are. I think there's a decision you're about to make, either if it's in your career or in your love life, whatever, that brings you forward in your status. Okay, there's something about status here and about recognition. Who am I in the world? I'm hearing, who am I and what have I done with me? Maybe some of you are just not recognizing yourself. Like you're looking in the mirror, you're waking up, you're looking in the mirror, and you're like, and I'm picking up on pride. It's like it's feeling good about it. So some of you can barely recognize yourself, and possibly others. And it's almost like you've crossed some sort of a threshold. Like the story has changed big time. Strength. A lot of fire on the table, a lot of passion, a lot of devotion to a cause, a lot of very strong, deep emotions towards life, towards spirit. Some of you are really, I'm seeing recognition for something that you're doing that is very, very impressive. That is like you're doing something that is very demanding, very challenging, that requires a lot of skill and strength and courageous heart. It's very inspiring. There's something very, very, people are inspired by you, Cancer. They're seeing you as something to look up to follow even. You might be leading people in some way, shape, or form. This has been around since April. Um, it's coming to strong evolution this in June, and it will continue through August through Leo season. It's almost like this coming month is like just a wave of what's the word? It's like everything is coming through. Everything is coming in. Recognition, things you've worked for, people seeing you for your heart, for what you truly stand for your values. It's like there's an actual sense of admiration I'm picking up on, Cancer. Seven of Swords and Knight of Wands. This is tricky. I feel like you're like doing something in behind the scenes. Like you're super active about something, but super discreet as well. And it's planned. There's a lot of planning, like in an aspect of timing of when to act and when to say and when to do, and it's all in your head. You're on it. Um, I feel like most people, if anyone, don't really see the process of this. They will only see the end result. The Hangman. Yeah, you're playing some sort of a interesting game. Cancer, you're I think whatever it is that you're doing might require some sense of sacrifice. Maybe it's something that you're worried won't make you look good, but that's the thing. You're worried it won't make you look good, but it will actually make you look really good. Like it's something that you're not giving yourself enough credit for. So some of you might be surprised at the level of support and recognition that you'll receive for whatever this is, right? Um, someone, okay, someone played dirty. Someone played you dirty, and in a way, you're kind of working to. All of this is because you need to resolve this. You need to fix the damage. Um, but like the slingshot, where you stretch to back just to fly way forward. I think this thing that happened was like a slingshot for you. It's like seemingly it has taken you backward and stretched you and stretched your limits and stretched your boundaries, and it's been very challenging. But you're playing with the Newtonian laws of physics in a way that the second you fire yourself out of this, you have enough speed, strength, and then inertia to skyrocket. And this will put the situation, it will there's a lot of turnarounds. It's coming off. There's like a lot of things switching. It's interesting. Like a role reversal in a way. Like many of you have been like, again, in behind the scenes or quiet for, or like sacrificial in a way for a very long time, possibly years, and now it's like during this time you made good use of it. You've studied, you've grown, you've evolved, you've created, and it's like it's all going to come forward now and seen and recognized, and this is really cool. Like it's been a process of mastering your knowledge, but it was also involving like character and spirit. Like the universe, I feel like a lot of you, the universe have put in like this pressure cooker, where it was constant pressure on you, where you were constantly like pushed down or stretched back, or one step forward, 10 step backwards, and you have done such good use of that. You've really, really, really like evolved your awareness. A lot of you are highly aware of your environment, of your surrounding, of how people feel. Pain makes us empathic, and empathy brings knowledge, and knowledge is power. So a lot of empaths, they have this portal to so much power, and they don't use it because they're scared of being powerful. What it will say about them, what it will mean, what will it mean? Whatever you'll make it, Power can be, the creation of the planet, and power of life, and power can be the atom bomb. Both, both begin with the splitting of an atom. So okay, your essence got split again and again and again and again, and some it will get them. It can get them into depression and destructive behavior, and like a downward spiral. And some they take it and make it and use it like as an alchemist. Like I'm drawn to what seemingly is tying him up, the plantation. It's like as the energies were seemingly holding you back and pushing you down and putting you in weird situations that caused a lot of agony even. You were also constantly imbued with life force, chi. This plantation. It's like it what's the word? It injects life force into this person's veins. I just had an image of him like just taking his leg down, turning around, and is completely free and just walking super chill, like he hasn't been hung for like 12 years, and his muscles are not even sore, like just pacing with ease. the devil. So people want you, Cancer. They want you, and when they can't have you, it takes out the crazy in them. Especially people who have been used to having you, right? Mostly it's people who take you for granted. Because when someone has you, you are so loving and so generous and so present. And getting used to this energy and then having it being taken away, it's almost like the person holding the slingshot and pulling, and you're there, and they're so used to just playing with you, messing with you, stretching you. They got used to feeling you in their hands, and the sense of power that it gave them. Because you're gorgeous, you're like a diamond, okay? Like a ruby. Like a precious stone. They're precious. Oh my God. And when the right moment comes and you generate enough life force to realize who and what you are, and you just shoot yourself out, they're left with nothing. The slingshot just, the string just is torn, the handle breaks, and it's a shock. And then there's a sense of emptiness, because often people can feed off your energy. And no, I'm not blaming them, by the way. A little read there, because you let them, because it also gives you power. It makes you feel important, But there comes a moment where you don't need that sense of self-importance, because you already acknowledge it within yourself. So you just shoot yourself out to the stars, and they're left without. And it's like, now begins this hunger in this madness almost. A person that is used to having a Cancerian energy person in their life, with all the benefit that it comes with, and then losing that, they can develop a tendency of, like, it's almost maddening. It's like, what just happened? Where is this person? Why are they not chasing me? Why are they not answering me? Why are they not just at my beck and call? Why? And there's a complete disacknowledgement of the fact that they were taking advantage of you. Now, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Some people, it's vanity. It's inherited vanity that isn't even played out on the surface. It plays out in, like, relationships and on one-on-ones, where you're like, you receive, you get used to receiving. It's natural. So very few people can, and I'm talking about healthy Cancer energies, very few people can have a Cancerian person, who's the healthy aspect of a Cancerian energy. Loving and giving, but not coercive, not manipulative, not invasive, just very nurturing. Very few can have that and honor it, as opposed to possibly unwillingly and unknowingly taking advantage of it. So when you pull yourself out of this game now, and I'm seeing you pulling yourself out of a certain game to form your own game. And the other players are not, what is happening? You know what it's like? It's the weirdest analogy. Imagine like a play, and there's actors, and sorry, my phone, spam. I love the spam risk notification. That way I should just, nope. So there's the actors and the characters, and you played a tree. You just had the tree costume, you just stood there. And you said nothing and you did nothing and you were just that tree. So people kind of took you for granted like that, and like kind of just maybe laughed at you a little bit, maybe cracked a joke here and there. But then one day, this tree that gives oxygen and is an important part of the scenery disappears, walks off stage, and goes and writes his own play and then stars in it. And everyone's like, "Where's the tree? What happened to the tree?" Oh, the tree went and created an entire forest and has replaced the Amazons. And now everyone is like, oh, this tree saved the planet because now there's no more global warming. It's something like that. From being a tree on a stage wearing a tree costume, you go off and save the world. And they're like, well, why didn't you take me with you? We spent every day for this and this amount of time. And you're like, well, excuse me. We were in the same room together, but you were looking above me, and you were looking down at me, and you were mocking me, and you were being sarcastic and a little bit insulting, and they will be very, very, very upset. And that is okay. Bellissimo. The Fool and King of Cups. You're you, but free. You're you, but not apologetic. You're you, just with the red carpet. And like I'm seeing, like looking back at certain relations at the end of your season, look, this coming month, and you're looking back at some situations and places you've been a part of, or relationships that you've been a part of, dynamics, and you're like, who was I? Never mind, I know what I've done with me. Seriously, Cancer, you go from the from the kid that yells that the emperor is naked to being a well-dressed emperor. You know that myth where an emperor walks amongst his people and everyone is rooting for his beautiful clothes, that he's like, yeah, I have this beautiful new outfit, and everyone is cheering, but he's actually buck naked. And there's just one kid that sees the truth and is not afraid of calling it out as it is, as opposed to being gaslighted by this scheme. He's like, no, the emperor is naked. And the years go by, and somehow this kid finds themselves as the emperor, but he's actually well-groomed. So no one can yell at them that they're naked. Oh, they've learned the lesson of not deceiving. And fighting the good fight, and walking the good paths. I'm going to continue this right now in your extended. I'm going to clarify and go into detail about the people here and the events here. And we'll talk about love. We'll see what's up here with us lovers and all that jazz. And I will also do a room reading at the end. Link is below. You can find it on Vimeo and on Patreon. I would love to have you visit Patreon and consider joining. It's a monthly membership that you can cancel anytime. Either way, it's still available on both platforms, so check it out, whatever works for you. And if you want to study tarot from me, check out Tarot Masterclass Bunkai. You will learn tarot and you will undergo a shamanic spiritual journey with me simultaneously to that. If you're new, join the Existential Shift. You can press the subscribe button. Please comment and like. I read all of your comments always. It gives me great joy to have you interact. And that's it. Thank you to all my patrons and my channel members. I really appreciate you. You guys keep this going. Happy birthday, and I'll see you really soon.